Good morning, student. Welcome to online class. I am Manoj Chad, your computer teacher, and we'll start the chapter 1 Computers and Computer Languages. First, we'll see the definition of computer. From the lower classes, we are studying these subjects. So, we all know that it is a type of machine in which we will give data as an input, the data will be processed, and output will be generated as per our requirement. The main thing is the computer does not have brain, so it cannot think like us and it cannot have a new ideas. So whatever the operations we want to be performed on the computer, we have to give the command, we have to give the instructions, and the computer will process on the particular instructions, and the output will be generated as per our requirement. Now we'll see the characteristics of the computer. The first one is computer follows the instructions in a well defined manner. That means whatever the instructions we will give to the computer to perform any operations, the instructions will be followed in a well defined manner. Second, it carry out the operations as per given set of instructions, which is called a program. That means if we want to perform any operations, there are so many instructions are to be followed. A set of instruction is known as program. And the third one is it stores a large amount of data. We all know that whatever the files we will create, the programs we will create are required to be used for the different purposes on time to time. So the data will be stored in a computer and it can be used at any time. Now let's see the hardware components of computer. As you can see in the figure, there are total 5 different hardware components in a computer. The first one is the CPU. CPU means Central Processing Unit. It actually carry out all the instructions and it is also known as the brain of computer. Second one is input device. The device which provides data and instructions to the computer. With the help of input devices, we'll give input to the computer. For example, mouse and keyboard. The third one is output devices. Once we will give the data will be processed, and after processing, the output will be generated. That output will be displayed in a different output devices. For example, monitor and printer. Fourth one is the memory. The area within the computer where computer temporarily holds the data, instruction and intermediate result are known as the memory. In the memory, the data will be stored temporarily. All the intermediate results of any instructions of any operations are also stored in a memory. The fourth one is the storage device. The external devices that stores the data and programs permanently are known as storage device. In the storage device, the data will be stored as long as we will not delete the data from the storage devices. Now let's discuss the types of computer. On the basis of uses, their performances, the computer are categorized into different types. The first one is the microcomputers. The microcomputers are the computers that have their CPU on a single chip. That means the complete systems will be in a single chip. The uses of microcomputers are for learning purposes, training purposes, playing games, and it also used in a small business applications. Examples are desktop computers and in-car computers. These are the best examples of the mini computers. The second is a game console. A console or a gaming console is an electronic device having a microprocessor and which is used for playing computer games on a screen. The different games can be played in a game console. The main features of game consoles are motion sensing control systems, which is used to control a motion in a game, high end graphics, that means the characters will be of high definitions. It supports multiple players, that means more than one player can play games, and it also have a connectivity for the online players. That means if any games are to be played online throughout the world, then that also we can play in a game console. The third one are the mobile computers. Small computers, they are movable and can be used anywhere, are called the mobile computers. The main features of the mobile computers are they are just like microcomputers. They are portable and mobile so that we can work on the mobile computers anywhere. They are operated on a batteries so that once the batteries will be charged as per the capacity of the battery, we can work on the mobile computers. Next is mini computers. A mini computer is the intermediate between a microcomputer and mainframe computer in size, speed, and capacity. The main features of mini computers are they are bigger than microcomputer but smaller than mainframe computers. They can perform multiple jobs simultaneously. They also support multiple users simultaneously, and it can also perform on a multiple input output devices. That means at the same time we can connect more than one input and more than one output devices in a mini computer. Next are the mainframe computers. A mainframe computer is a high performance computer used for large scale computing purposes such as consumer statistics and transaction processing, etc. The features of main computers are they have multiple CPUs as they require high performance, so more than one CPUs are there in a mainframe computers. Huge memory capacity, as for the different statistic purposes all the data are required to be stored. They have ability to run multiple operating systems at a time. That means at the same time we can run more than one operating system in a single mainframe computer. They also manage a large number of users at the same time. Next one is the supercomputers. A supercomputer is a very high performance computer that is used for scientific and engineering purposes, which is required for very high speed computations. The features of supercomputers are multiple CPUs and GPUs, that means more than one central processing unit, and graphic processing units are available to perform on a large number of data. They are fastest of all types as the multiple CPUs are available, so the processing will be very fast, very large scale computing power. They can compute any operations, any mathematical operations within a fractions of the second, and mainly they are used for the large scale data research and scientific and engineering applications. These are the homework questions that you have to write in your notebooks. The answer of all the questions are given in different slides.